Well, good evening, everyone. I hadn't intended to make a video out of this because, well, I'm not Big Clive and I don't know that much about these little lamps. This is an Ikea lamp, assuming that's the date on the board, 2015-04. That sounds about right. I would have thought I bought it the year before, but I might be wrong about that. This came apart, extremely easily. This is like designed to take apart almost. This goes in here. The pins aren't even soldered in down here. This board also has a clip to hold it in place, and it is marked positive and negative. This way around. Won't work anyway because that's out, which we'll talk about in a moment. So then this clips on here. There were two little screws holding that in place, and then this snapped over the top. Like, really simply made. Couldn't actually, if it was modifiable, this little Ikea light would be fun, but that's beyond me. So that's the fixture. It's got one of these twist-on bases, the newer version with the little pins. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 LEDs. I have no idea how many are in there. You won't be able to see, I don't think, but they're in a single series set with a heavy trace just underneath the coating on the top of this white board. I would assume that there are multiple chips in it, but it can't be that high because this is only a 50-volt capacitor and this one is a 25-volt capacitor, so I don't know how that works. Anyway, I thought I'd open this up just to have a look, and I was like, seems really well made to me. It's it's really nice. The little chip in it. Let me get some other glasses on. We'll see if I can read it for you. That would be the little chip. Let me just look at the, hard to keep an eye on the, that would be the little chip right here. Now I've got it upside down. Oh, let me find a flashlight. This is going to blow it out for you guys. MRVL's Marvel, is that a manufacturer of these things? It says 1 6, I think. 36704. Yeah. And it doesn't look like a gate code. But anyway, it's this little 8-pin chip that controls it. It's got, this is probably, again, from having seen other people open these things, this is probably a fusible resistor. These are inductors coming in. There's a power resistor, a nice big fat one there. And that's an inductor again. 1, 2, 3 capacitors of various sorts. This, I assume, is the full bridge rectifier, as it were, over there. Some surface mount components. There's a little bit of through hole here on the back to the ground plane, I guess, to pull the heat away from that little chip. There's a switching transistor MOSFET. This is a dimmable lamp, so, and of the variety that I think it takes, like it measures the voltage or something, and the chip then adjusts what it does based on that. And there was a large output capacitor right there, like that, which I've desoldered for the moment. I tested this capacitor here in circuit, 25 volts, 22 micro. I think I got 24 on it. That was fine. Nothing else seemed, so I thought, well, let's check the big output capacitor, which is 220 micro. farad on there, and I tested it with the Handtech meter. Well, I'll show you that. Switch glasses again, and so I'll turn that on. Okay. Put it on, and we'll run this across here. Always a little difficult. I should put the clip leads on it. And now it's saying overload. But I got 60-something microfarad on it. We might be outside the range of this tester. That's quite possible. So let's try this little thing. This should be able to do this. Oh. Well, it saw it was a capacitor anyway, even when I didn't have it in for long enough. We'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. Well, 208 micro, that's close enough. In fact, it looks just fine. So, there we go. This capacitor is just fine. Now, the symptom of the lamp was that it was flickering occasionally, and not the other three similar lamps that were in, or light bulbs that were in the lamp. And I do have a possible hypothesis about that, what might have happened. And it has to do with the design of this and what's wrong with it. And that is that these power pins, right, these two here, just fit down in here. In these two, inside the two pins at the bottom, and it's quite possible that they are wiggling around in there. I did note when I had a spare one of these, and when I put it in, it actually refused to turn on in a zoom back out a bit. It refused to turn on initially, and eventually did when I wiggled the bulb. So I'm wondering if, you know, wiggling in there is not perhaps an issue. Well, given that this lamp was so easy to take apart, I think I'm going to reassemble it and maybe see if it works. I don't really have much to say. I just thought it was an interesting thing. So maybe I'll solder this back in and put it back together and see what happens. I've soldered back in the capacitor, and I'm going to try to reassemble the light. So you'll see over here we have minus and plus, and the same on here. It says S4 plus, S5 minus. I checked that when I took it apart so I'd know the polarity. So this slides down in here like that, and you can possibly see at the bottom here the two wires coming through. I'll just make contact that way. So plus is this side. Well, just double check that. Plus is that side. Plus is that side. Put that on. Two screws. I mean, this is fairly safe to play with because everything is enclosed, right? This protects you from the front. Not too much harm can come with this. I don't know if I will use this afterward, but I'm curious to see if it does work. I expect it will. And then this gets snapped into place, and so I can see the LEDs are now behind there. And you can see the two copper wires coming through here. So I will go try it out. I will report back. So I took it downstairs, tried it out in fixture, tried it with the dimmer, and it works perfectly. The flickering problem has disappeared. And I'm not that surprised, actually, after seeing these wires in this that push in here that don't really make great contact. I think sticking those in and out a couple of times, taking it apart and reassembling it, was in fact the fix for this thing. These aren't bad lamps at all, but I don't think I can solder those without burning the plastic on here, nor do I have a large enough tip on the iron to attempt that anyway. Anyway, interesting. Well, I guess this turned out to be a look inside video, I suppose, of this Ikea lamp from 2015, it looks like. Is there any date on the outside? And this is a dimmable 400 lumen, 6.3 watts, 55 milliamps, GU10, 2700 Kelvin. Is there a model number? Yeah, 216331507. Yeah, GU10 lamp. I don't think they make this model anymore. I haven't seen them in the store for a while. They've all gotten quite a bit simplified. Anyhow, hopefully that was a little bit interesting. Thanks for watching.